The Trump administration is opening millions of new acres to drilling, and that's just the start. The Trump administration is aggressively pressing ahead in expanding federal oil and gas industry leases that could lead to more drilling on land and at sea, defying an assessment by government scientists that the production and use of fossil fuels is accelerating climate change. On Friday, the administration announced a final decision to lift protections for a uniquely American bird, called the greater sage grouse, on nearly 9 million acres to provide more leasing opportunities to oil, gas and mining industries. A day earlier, an Interior Department Assistant Secretary confirmed that he told leaders of the fossil fuel industry last month that the Atlantic coast will almost certainly be included in the administration's plan to expand federal leasing to nearly the entire outer continental shelf. Offshore leases. Joe Balash, Assistant Secretary for Land and Minerals Management, said the department's determined effort to approve seismic surveys is a sign that the eastern seaboard is in serious play, despite concerns that blasting piercing sounds every 10 seconds for weeks on end pose risks to whales and dolphins, according to conservationists and some scientists. I will tell you, we wouldn't work really hard to get seismic permits out if that area wasn't going to be available, Balash said during a question and answer session following his speech at the International Association of Geophysical Contractors conference in Houston. In his remarks, Balash said he found it absolutely thrilling that President Trump's knack for keeping the attention of the media and the public focused somewhere else has allowed Bureau of Ocean Energy Management employees to process the permits without much scrutiny. In an email to in pursuit of that agenda over the past 2 years, the administration has sought to reverse dozens of regulations aimed at making oil platforms safer, reducing carbon dioxide and methane released into the atmosphere, and protecting the habitats of endangered animals and those on the verge of an endangered status. Administration officials have argued that animals can adapt more easily to changes in habitat than conservationists believe. Critics counter that Interior has offered nearly 16.8 million acres of federal land for oil and gas leasing since Trump took office, according to the Center for Biological Diversity, a swath of land larger than the combined size of Maryland and New Jersey. Of those acres, under Friday's decision, oil and natural gas operations can more easily conduct horizontal drilling in sage grouse habitat. Sage grouse exist only in the United States. Scientists 67 million of those acres were designated for protection designed to increase the bird's population and bring it back from the brink of being placed on the endangered species list. The new decision on their expedition across what became the United States, explorers Meriwether Lewis and William Clark noted that flying sage grouse blackened the skies, leading to unconfirmed estimates that their historical numbers stood at 16 million. Since the birds Acting Interior Secretary David Bernhardt said in a statement that the department's final decision demonstrated that the administration could achieve several goals at once. The new plan the plans adopted today show that listening to and working with our neighbors at the state and local levels of government is the key to long-term conservation and to ensuring the viability of local communities across the West, Bernhardt said. Governors from several western states, including some prominent Democrats, praised the new plan for scaling back restrictions adopted in 2015 and empowering state officials to authorize energy development without imperiling the sage grouse's survival. Colorado Governor Sam Eaton, Policy Director and Counsel to Idaho Government. Brad Little R. We live, breathe, and understand the terrain, the environment, and we have the experts here and know what's best for the species, Eaton said, adding that the state had consulted with biologists as well as industry and other groups when drafting its plan. While we understand, Terry Messmer, a professor of wildlife conflict management at Utah State University, said the 2015 regulations under the Obama administration, resulting from a 5-year collaboration between affected states and the Fish and Wildlife Service, was an overstep. He said areas of the folks that are doing the assessments, the state biologists, clearly understand the needs of the birds, Messmer said. Good, quality habitat.
Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.